on the day the body came, the only people there besides me who were preachers, were army officers. He said, it was the military command, military chaplaincy were the only ones who were there. There was no pastor beside the military chaplaincy, and of course I know them. I know the military imam and the military head chaplain general. They were there. So I was the only one who was there who was not a military person. Can you imagine how it felt like?
Yeah.
And so sometimes when people stay in their village, in their cottage, and they just say things, they don't know that we, the ones, we sacrifice it. And I don't go there because I'm giving money. In fact, I spend money. You contribute, you support. And these things for me is Christianity. I don't really worry myself about who said anything. They don't matter.
Yeah.
My father has taught me something, and he taught before he died. He said, I don't have to be bothered about anything that people have said about me. He said, if you worry yourself about anything, any foolish person as well can say anything about you, you get worried about a foolish person. And if you get worried about a foolish person, you become foolish yourself. And so there are people who will be they have no basis.
And when they're say you be
money. It's a spirit of heaviness. It can reduce you, and I don't want to go into that thing. Look, there are a lot of people I will never respond to. My father said we should learn to be silent on certain things, and in your silence you speak volumes.
Nice.
You don't need to reply the person. Onki kanko obi woha all corners carrying water until upiano and siona a sono. Piano, you will see where you come from. You leave that person to go. So sometimes we don't need to explain ourselves to anybody. And in any case, when you try to explain yourself too much, you make a mistake. It's not necessary. And learn that as an advice. As you stay on the radio here, you stay on TV, Fifi Pratt. And I'm not saying this because I'm talking to you. We love you in my house. Yeah. We have seen the work you've done in Great Britain.
Yeah.
You've seen the fact that you are one of the young men who by now would have been a drug addict. You could have been this, you could have been that, but you kept some composure.
Yeah.
I will get up and spend my time to come and sit on your program to endorse your program because I know your worth. You've kept some personality, you've kept marriage, you've kept this, everyone we are there. But you've kept a marriage, you've kept home.
Yes.
And for me, those little things are things people can emulate from.
Yes.
And that is why we have to throw our weight behind it. So I will not waste my time. Somebody who doesn't like me, and you all learn it. Anybody who doesn't like you, fine. Or be a person who can say, just focus and do your work. And that makes you responsible. And if you give the devil attention, he give you direction.
Yeah.
Most time you get worried about what the person say. Who is the person's mother or father?
Yeah.
And then you worry yourself, say, where I can want them. Nipa no can want them. And who here say you answer the person. Continue to do the work of God. And I'm happy that when occasions like that come, it's not just Ebony's funeral or Christian Chu's funeral that I've been part of. I've been part of funerals. In fact, I traveled all the way from London to come and be part of President Atamel's funeral. I traveled all the way to go to Tamale to be part of Vice President Aliu Mahama's funeral.
Yeah.
I traveled all the way to come to Susie Williams' funeral because Susie Williams' mother and we all grew up in North Carnation.
Yeah.
So we knew them. We're all childhood people. In fact, she was like my younger sister. So Susie was like my daughter. I traveled all the way from London to come. Do you know how comforted they were when they saw that I'd come all the way? Do you know how Atamel's wife felt?
Yeah.
And Kofi, Atamel's son Kofi, do you know how they felt like when they know that Ron Tetteh has come all the way from London with my team, with my wife, and the family to come and stand with them? Everybody at some stage in their life needs some people. You should see how excited Christian Achu's family were. When I went to the house, after receiving the body, 3 days later, I went to the house. They were happy. And so if somebody somewhere in the village is little-minded and saying, I don't have to waste myself on that. In fact, for me, even if it is just closing prayer I give, I get a chance to preach the gospel. And that is what the gospel is all about.
Nice one. Ebusia, Yane Dr. Lawrence Tetteh, and a